wine. All a girl and wine. All a girl and wine. Hey girl, when you wine and go down and you fling it on the ground, when you wine and go down, girl. And when you wine and go down and you fling it on the ground, when you wine and go down, girl. And when you wine and come up and you stand back it up, when you wine and come up, girl. And when you wine and come up and you stand back it up, when you wine and come up, girl. It feels like I've been here before, and I did this before. Deja vu. It feels like I've been here before.
It's SPG.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And time here in SVG, it is 9:27, and we are back with you for our final commentary segment for the morning. This is our Talk to Us segment. This is where you get interactive with us by calling the number 457-9997. That's both a direct line as well as a WhatsApp number. This is a segment of the program strictly dedicated to you, the listeners, who may have... Alrighty, there we go. Good morning.
Yes, let me say good morning to you.
Good morning.
I called to see Dr. Shallow was not at any games in Ansville, and maybe Mr. Gerald Thompson wasn't sure as to what games he was looking at. Because he was on TV looking at a game, but that was a game between Pakistan and the West Indies. That had not been played in St. Vincent. And that gentleman who just jumped on that and referring to Dr. Shallow as a dog, and it's vulgar, it's exceedingly vulgar. He just jumped on that without verifying or clarifying it. And it's sad. It is sad to see the state of our conversation. Yeah. The other thing is, after this now, I'm looking to see that cricket is being put back into the primary school. We have some good cricket nurseries, some playing field. We have the best coaches at the primary level, going to the secondary. We have cricket being played at a wide scale and being supported. There's necessary infrastructure in place. The gears are affordable to be able to play the games and things of that sort. That's what I would love to see going forward from here across the region. Because listening to the legends on Saturday, Clive Lloyd, legendary Clive Lloyd, did make mention that we have to start with the youngsters. We have to start at an early. And all those guys who are the early legends, they started at the primary level. They were beneficiaries of the primary school cricket coming through secondary, which wherever. I happen to know that in St. North of people who started at the primary level. I don't think we have primary school cricket these days, but there's a nursery. So that's what I would love to see going forward. If we really, really see about cricket, I would really mean reinvigoration of cricket. That is what I would love to see. Other people may love to see other things, but everybody to each his own. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. All right. We have another caller. All right. Dave, morning. Dave Roberts.
Hello. Wow. I don't believe Dr. Thompson does tell lies. Do you believe Dr. Thompson tells lies? Any one of you? Let me see who's standing up for him. Do you believe he tells lies?
Do you believe he tells lies?
Yes. And I love how that caller came in there. I think he's a creditable person. And I'm glad that he came in, because when I couldn't believe I heard Dr. Thompson say he was at the Emancipation Cricket, as they call it. Because I saw him in Fort Lauderdale last night. You see, I was watching the real cricket. Watching the West Indies against Pakistan.
All right. Well, okay. So I know you're going to continue, but I don't like your use of the word real cricket, because it was still
Why?
Vincentians. Wait, it was still Vincentians playing against each
Roleza,
other.
come on, man.
No, I know where you're
Roleza,
going,
come
but
on.
still, that when you say
Not
use the
where I'm
word
going.
real,
What I am saying.
when you
I'm
use the
going
word
nowhere.
real, it sounds like you're discrediting the efforts of the players themselves. And I
Who plays? Who plays?
the local players, the teams that competed.
Oh God! Listen. If you have a local competition going on here, you give them what is their due. Isn't that so? If you listen to international cricket, you give them their due. This shouldn't cause no argument or basa.
I'm just disagreeing with you on your use of the word real. Okay, I can leave you with everything else.
You have your privilege, you have your right, because you might be a bright person, more intelligent, and all of that.
No, it's
right?
not that. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's just that I disagree with the use of the word real, because we still had players. Our Vinci people still played.
Oh God! I wasn't on the players. I ain't talking about the players.
But you use the word real.
I wasn't Yes.
Right. So that is the point that I'm making. Anyway, go ahead. Come here and you can be back and forth with this. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I know why, because the Prime Minister has come up with this idea of him. Let me ask you another question. Do you believe all Vincentians understand what is the meaning of emancipation?
Maybe not, no. For some, it's just a holiday. For some, it's just a holiday.
Well, all right. That's why, and I love to use the word real, because I got real TV and all of that. What they call it, reality TV and all that stuff. So, this is just a reflection of the world we are living in. And I can't stifle my conscience, right, to hear people coming and trying to make fools of us. Huh? People talk about the Prime Minister as though he has never sinned. And as the Prime Minister is the best person in the country. And I ask the question, is he the best role model? And people find difficulty to answer that question. Why? Is our Prime Minister the number one model in the Caribbean for any political leader? Is he? But you see, we don't want to face the truth, or we don't want to question in a serious way what is happening in the country. So whatever happened, but once I'm alive, they will have to kill me, because I can't stifle my knowledge or what I know about and so on. Just like this guy, Jeff is covering me, man. Jeff, thank you. Keep on covering me, man. I would like to meet you.
All right. All of you need to meet each other. All you need to go and socialize and have a drink together, and yeah. All right.
Roleza and Dianna, obviously, I've got to come back in, and I stand corrected. Sorry?
No,
yes, I stand corrected. I saw something of a post, and when I mentioned it, I said, I has to be verified. I wonder if it is correct. But somebody posted it that way. Maybe somebody was making it. And it shows that you have to really verify a lot of things. But I'm also saying it would have been wonderful if he had been. Obviously, he couldn't be in two places at the same time. That's something that had bothered me. But I thought that it would have been a very nice, positive gesture if he had been. Obviously, I'm getting confirmation now that he was not. But that's another issue in itself. I wasn't looking to put things in a particular way. It's just that someone had posted that, and I'm sure other person would have seen it, that particular posting as if it was at Annesville,
Okay. All right. We have another caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, peoples. How are you doing?
We good. And you?
Yes, I'm all right. Is Mr. Thompson there?
He is. He's hearing you.
Right. Mr. Thompson, the word pavilion is not spelled right for the cricketers. The person who did that to y'all, don't give them any more work. I think that's it is probably a typo error, but I can't understand how you don't have proofreading, because I do graphics and I have to ask somebody to proofread for me, because sometimes there's things that I would not see. So the word pavilion, right, is a big, big, big miss. for you guys?
I saw that image, but there are times when I see things on social media that I do question whether or not they're real. So I saw the photo, but I too, like in the case where Doc had to confirm something, I actually wanted to confirm it. Well, I want to really bring it up, but you know for sure that it's a genuine photo and it wasn't photoshopped or something.
No, I don't think that is photoshopped at all. I doubt it. There's some some mistakes with this party. I just don't understand what's going on. Anyway, I would like to ask Dr. Thompson a question. Is Barbados buying any weed from St. Vincent?
Barbados.
You mean legally? Sorry.
Yeah, legally. Of course. I mean, we're finished with the days of leaving St. Vincent at 6 p.m.
You know something. Let me put it to you. There's always a need for full disclosure. This program is basically put all over the world. And I want to be very careful because you know me very well. As a CEO, I want to be very careful that statements that are made and so forth don't come into the wrong, because Barbados are listening, Barbados authorities, international authorities are listening, and people in St. Vincent are listening. That's a question that you could ask me. You know, you can text me, my friend, and ask me. You know what I mean? And yeah. So, I mean, it is. I mean, I don't know what insinuation you're looking to make in relation to that, but I've got to allow you to go ahead. You know, because
hold on. I told you, all they gonna make me laugh this morning. You mean medicinal cannabis?
Yes. But you know the way he says it is loaded. So you know, that's why I have to bounce the question back to me. He knows me very well. We talk all the time. He can call me and things can be verified and so forth, as opposed to putting the question in public. But some person would think I might be running away from the question. The issue is that I would prefer if you ask me, because I'm not sure the full nature of where the question is going. You know?
Right. All right. Here what's going on now.
You can give me a call. You could give me a call. You could give me a call, and I'll be able to verify it more specifically.
I don't know.
Well, that's right. That's true. You know, pastors, when you started up, so you're gonna make a statement that I may not be able to really respond to, and so forth.
Right, I understand that, but here why I come that way, right? Before Mr. Rose died, we made several attempts to contact the Barbados authorities. We understood that when the Medical Cannabis Authority from Barbados came down here, they was escorted straight up to Georgetown by the minister, not yourself, not you, it's the other minister, the Minister for Agriculture. They never come into the city. They never come to the first cooperative that started this thing out. And then they were shunted out of the country. And so it continues down the line. Now, before Mr. Rose passed on, we made several attempts with the Barbados authorities, staying up with them to try to see when the date will come that we are able to legally export marijuana to Barbados. Now, this is in a little kind of stove area right now, because the Barbados Drug Service and the Barbados Medical Cannabis Authority is two different things. The drug service is dealing with the oils. Mr. Thompson, as you're aware, we are the first persons to test oil in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I was lucky to meet the people from Miami at your lab. The morning they came, they didn't even get to the hotel yet, and they took that oil, and I had to wait 6 weeks, and they said when the results of the oil came back, the CBG was over, the cannabigerol was over 370 something percent, and I sat there with my hand shaking, and I said, but this can't be right. Now we're producing some powerful oils in St. Vincent that they're not getting recognition for. Some of these oils are helping people with eye problems, and they're able now to see clearly.
All right, Colin, let's allow Doctor to respond, and then okay.
Okay. Mr. Parson, this is not, as a regulator, and a lot of matters are going to be I've got to tell you, release, Dianna, of a confidential nature between various companies and so the Barbados authorities you've mentioned are all regulators too. I don't have the papers in front of me, but I'm saying the same questions you're putting, rather than putting it into the public sphere, it's best that you know that I am the CEO. You talk to me all the time. You haven't put those questions to me. I think it would be right if you put those questions to me. So really, sir, I know everybody would love answers and so forth to all the different things, but there's no answer. I think he is incorrect on many grounds in what he's saying. And to go through it, it would take the rest of the program and more to really go through this in detail. So, Mr. Parsons, I could reach you back and answer your specific questions. I want to applaud you for being the first, but you're not the only entity. And therefore, I respect that. But we go as a regulator in relation to various entities, what is presented to us, you know? And I know you would like to promote things for your entity, but there are many other entities that could then do the same thing. We got to do this in a full regulatory process, in an orderly fashion, rather than the public discourse, because that's not the way in which we could answer it, and me answer it verbally. I would prefer to answer you in writing and so forth to a specific issue. That is the professional way in which we have to do things, as opposed to, at a public way. All right? I'm hoping you accept that.
All right. And we have our final call for this segment. Good morning, Mr. Mason.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
I just called to let you know I'm on duty, okay?
Happy to know that you reported for duty.
Report for duty.
Yes. All is well?
All is well so far, my dear. Okay. Thanks very much indeed for asking. And what about you?
Are you there?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay, then I'll be very best.
To you too. Thanks. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
As it relates to the issue of the typo, somebody is saying that it was already corrected. Somebody here says, well, if the person watched the cricket last night, they would have seen that it was corrected.
It's corrected, yeah. I'm really happy that thank you, Dianna, because I was going to say the same thing. I saw that it had been corrected, but at the same time, I think these things happen. People fly flags upside down when they shouldn't do. People fly sometimes the wrong flag. Somebody should be checking these things, but these sort of things do take place,
Yeah, I would just want to add here that I just find it okay. So while I know that graphic artists and whoever, everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, right? Some of us may not be that good with spelling, but I find that way too many times we see things being done, and it's almost as if within some of these companies themselves, they don't have proofreaders. Or if you're uncertain about something, there's always Google, right? Or if you don't want to use Google, you ask a friend, right? I just think that, for you to have to waste your energies to do something, to then have to go and redo it when you could have just done a double check, Oftentimes when I'm spelling a word, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this word I ain't too sure. Or for whatever reason, it looks strange to me. I go to Google, and I think way too many persons have smartphones, but they're not using them for smart purposes. All right. So these little things shouldn't even happen in the first instance, because you really and truly should double check before, especially when it comes to things that involve taking up time to produce.
So, Roleza, let me come back in. Roleza, unfortunately, these things do happen sometimes.
I hear that.
I know. It's great that they're corrected. Do you know, we could have the whole festival could be centered on an N that is turned back the wrong way, or a spelling. We could dismiss everything else. I prefer that is a flaw, but I believe that there were many other positives that came out. Yeah, no. The point I'm making is that there can be an emphasis on that as well, and there's nothing wrong with persons bringing that out, but we could spend the time on that. I still say that those young kids meeting those grades for the first time must be heartwarming, and hearing even Clive Lloyd's speech, his comments, as short as it is, I think really touched me too. And I at first I was looking at the plaques, and when I saw a close up of the plaques in terms of those two hands with broken chains around them and the ball in the middle, I don't know who's the designer of that. I don't know if that's authentic, Dianna and so forth, but I thought that was really remarkable. That came out and hit me, and I see that as a positive. And not that I dismiss the spell of a banner. It's gonna happen because of the rush to get it done. We need it now. Bring it, so forth.
Okay,
and it should be corrected, but I am saying they did correct it, and I'm happy about that.
So this, my commentary and that point had nothing to do with the cricket festival or the organizers. This was directly
to it. Take up the time. It could take up the time.
Hold on. This was directly to persons with the businesses or who were given the task to do it. This is not in any way a reflection of the cricket festival. That's the reason why you brought that up, right?
It happens.
All right. Here we go. We are headed on out. Okay. Okay, folks. So we're heading straight into today's community dateline.